2025 to order at 6 p.m. May we please stand for the invocation provided by Commissioner Mike Pearson Sr., followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Dear Heavenly, precious, eternal God, we come to you with bowed heads and humble hearts. Just thanking you for another opportunity to be before your presence, Father. I ask that you just touch our minds, Father, and give us wisdom, Father, to be able to move your city forward, Father. We commit each and every one of our citizens, each and every one of our government officials, each and every one of person that have anything to do with the city and our great nation, Father, into your hands, Father. And that whatever decisions and whatever that we do tonight, that it be pleasing in your sight, Father. I ask that your Holy Spirit just lead and guide us, Father. Father, we just thank you, and we be so careful to give you all the praises and all the glory in Jesus' mighty name. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Babb,
Present.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
present.
Commissioner McDonald,
Present.
Commissioner McPherson,
Present.
Commissioner Scott,
Present.
City Manager,
Present.
City Attorney,
Here.
City Clerk is present.
Thank you, City Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Thank you, staff. And most importantly, thank our audience for being here today to participate and witness our deliberation as we preside over our commission meeting. At this time, Interim City Manager, do we have any additions on emergency basis?
Yes, Mayor, I have one addition that I would like to present. This addition is my request for permission to do an agreement with KRD Connect LLC to address the OIG and Auditor General findings. My general summary and background of this is the city seeks to enter into an agreement.
It's not time.
Not to
With-
just
Okay, okay, so you can read the resolution for,
So add the resolution of the 2025.
I have the resolution in a second. I have a copy of that one. Yeah. Okay, I want to add resolution 2025-73. Okay. We'll proceed and read it, Mayor.
This is for
Just
the
add it.
approval of the agenda.
Are there any deletions that you have? Let's take that resolution that the interim city manager proposing to present today, Resolution 2025-73. It is a motion to accept that resolution on this agenda.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Are there a second?
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Scott and properly second by Commissioner McPherson to accept the resolution as an add-on presented by interim city manager, a resolution 2025-73. Call for questions. Here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a question. Contract with 10,000, this is for the attorney. Don't we have to put that out for bid or
It's not-
procurement process or something of this nature?
Right now, you all are just setting your agenda, like to decide whether you're going to allow it on or not. And in order to set the
Okay.
agenda,
Then
then
we'll-
you'll get to the issue later. But and I can explain it more thoroughly
Okay.
in just a moment.
Are there any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Interim City Manager, do we have any deletions on the agenda?
No, I don't.
City Commission, having heard the city manager indicate that there are one add-on that's been approved and no deletions, what are your pleasure as far as the agenda has been presented?
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept the agenda with the one add-on.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly second by Commissioner McPherson for the adoption of the agenda as presented with the one add-on. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we have presentations, proclamations, public service announcement, public comments, agenda items only at this time. And we'll start with presentation since it's listed first at this time.
We have one PSA. And that's Miss Annie Eiffel.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, this is Pahokee, Annie Eiffel.
Mr. Green.
Thank you, Ty. Sorry about that. Good evening, Mayor, Commission, residents of Pahokee and surrounding communities. Annie Eiffel with Healthier Glades. I know it's been a while since y'all had your last meeting, and if we haven't done so, I wanted to take this opportunity to personally thank the city of Pahokee for allowing us to host the Pink Walk and the women's luncheon that was here in Pahokee around the weekend of October 17th, 18th. It was well attended, and we were able to bring awareness around breast cancer awareness. I've reached out to the city clerk about us doing a check presentation to the Pink Warriors on December 9th, so we'll come back on December 9th with the check presentation to Pink Warriors. Another thing I wanted to talk about is as we're coming close to the holidays, there'll be a lot of events, of course, that are happening. One event that I do want to share is December 6th. This is on behalf of Empower Healthcare. They're collaborating with Okeechobee Center in Belglade to do a health event, and there will be a mammogram bus out there. So if anybody is in need of a mammogram, please contact Empower Healthcare to sign up to get the mammogram. And then the other thing I had was I do want to talk a little bit around regards to Healthier Glades and our mini grants. For the last couple of years, we have tried to make sure that everybody gets an opportunity to apply for our grants. We just closed our process, and I'm making a plea for next year. We usually start our grants around August, September. Please come out and participate and take advantage. I'm really want to make sure that all communities are represented and at least applying for the grants as well as being awarded. So I just want, this year we didn't have as many folks apply from the community, and I want to make sure that that happens next year. So I'm just wanting to come and make sure that people are aware of that. And with that, I say thank you, have a good night, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
City Clerk, at this time, do we have any additional comments, cards completed by our residents?
No, sir, not for this section.
Thank you. I see we have one presentation listed. I'll have the interim city manager introduce whoever presenting tonight.
I don't see him. Is Mr. Ivan Blanco from Jack Brewer Foundation here? He's not present.
Yeah, he's there.
Yes, I'm also waiting on Mr. Jack himself and Ivan to come.
Okay, so, because I didn't see Mr. Grant.
Okay. What we'll do is give them a few minutes. If it take too long, we'll proceed with our agenda and come back to them once they come in. But we'll give them a few minutes now.
How are y'all doing?
Hello.
Good evening, everybody, again.
What we're going to go ahead and do is proceed with the agenda as presented. I'll come back to the presentation once they arrive. We can interrupt when we get an opportunity to do that. Next, we have the consent agenda. We have one item on our consent agenda, which is the July 22nd, 2025 City Commission meeting minutes. I'll entertain a motion for the adoption of the consent agenda item unless one commissioner or the majority feel it need to be pulled for discussion.
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept the July 22nd, 2025 City Commission meeting minutes.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly seconded by Commissioner Mike Filson for the adoption of the consent agenda item, which consists of the July 22nd, 2025 City Commission minutes. Call for questions.
I have a question. Are these the only, I'm just asking, I only see the July minutes on here, and I know we're in November. So my question is, the other minutes, and I know we're voting on these minutes, but are the other minutes available for us to vote on as well, or we only have July?
According to the agenda, you only have July listed. There's only one
And just
page.
through the mayor, for clarity. So the next, all the rest of the meeting minutes will be prepared and ready for the December 9th meeting. And just for the record, for August through October, we had a total of 15 meetings. So in August, there were 8 meetings, 2 special, 4 workshops, 2 regular meetings. In September, there were 4 meetings, 2 regular, 2 workshops, and in October, 3. So it's a lot to prepare, and it's more than our norm, but it will be prepared for the December 9th meeting.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
and Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll move to old business, discussion of existing activity of previously held events, if any. City Manager.
Yes, Mayor, the ones I have as far as old business that was brought up at previous meeting is in reference to the street signs. We were questioning as far as the street signs, and I just wanted, to let the commission know that I did some research, and I'm looking into getting some signs done. I'm looking to do something local. I know that the city of Belglade, they have they do their own signs. So I'm looking to maybe partner with them or see if, they would allow us to maybe use theirs to be trained, but just trying to, research ways to, get the street signs done. Commissioner Scott?
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I thought we had a sign maker, our own sign maker.
Yeah, the old machine.
If we have, I have,
I asked Mr. Johnson, cause he stood up here and said we had a sign maker. You don't have one?
because I've inquired, we don't have one as far as I've been told.
Okay. Huh? Okay.
And I can look further into it, Commissioner Scott,
Oh,
but
that's okay.
as of right now,
I
we
just
still don't
remember
have
them stating that we had one, so,
one. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, and that was based on my research. We were not, I was told we didn't have one.
And my question too would be, since we're talking about street signs, we did authorize the former city manager to go ahead and proceed with the new entryway sign. We're receiving funding through our surtax money, and that money at some point gonna sunset. So we want to just make sure some of those items that we are in need of or desire, that we begin to do that. So I'm just asking, have you did any follow-up on that? And we do already have a design, we already have one. It doesn't have to be exactly like that. It could be the same sign. It would probably be feasible if we can get a duplicate sign similar to what we already have. But I'm just asking, do you have any information on that, or we'll be looking into that also?
I'll be looking to it because I don't have any information on it.
Okay,
Are you speaking of the entrance to the city?
yes.
Okay. Also, just to add to this topic, one of the issues with regards to the lack of having legible or signs that are in good repair is that whenever we have someone that is transporting individuals to the doctor, such as the Palm Tran, that bus that transports people to the doctor, those people that aren't familiar with this area, I've heard we're having some difficulty too, because you know how sometimes the GPS doesn't always work for you the way that you need it to. So it's really imperative that we make sure that our street signs are in good repair and there to serve the purpose that they're intended.
Okay, I'll include that in my research and in process of getting those things looked into and done. And then the additional item that I have from old business is there was a comment or a question in reference to the high school, some sale or lease with the high school. Upon research and speaking with our planning and zoning and, various, inquiries into it, I found no evidence of that. Again, we're still keeping our eyes and ears open, but as of right now, there's nothing to say that, that is confirmed. And so right now, I continue to explore, but right now I have no knowledge of that being a solid, concern.
What was that again?
As far as the comment made about the the high school, the old high school being leased or sold, or something we mentioned
Oh,
last time.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
there's no evidence of that being true.
Okay.
Okay. And then I think the last one I have is about, someone questioned about the 4th of July. Had we start looking into the 4th of July event? And then looking into that, what I did is I got with our finance department and we researched what the prior expenses were and look at those companies. So we're still researching and looking into that. I'm gonna compare, put out bids and see what we can find out. So we are doing the research, don't have any definitive numbers right now, but we are looking into it.
Yes, I think I had brought that up, but one of the things I think I had mentioned too, is looking into having that an all-day event instead of just the fireworks, something like a festival that day with the bounce houses and I'm just looking into it so we can maybe try to go ahead and get a head start because July will be here before we know it. And probably want to take a look and make sure you also probably check and see when the other neighboring cities are having the event too, so we can avoid any conflicts.
Also, I think too, we need to take into consideration that this is going to be America 250 celebration as well. So we need to make sure that any events that we are planning, we address that and make sure that we are participating with regards to the celebration of America 250.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
And also, I would suggest we ask or at least look into having our special event committee be involved, especially if we're going to have an all-day event, so they can assist with some of the planning of some of the activities we can be doing.
Okay, special committee, you're saying?
The Special Events Committee.
Okay, got you. And that's all I have as far as
Thank
old
you.
business, Mayor.
Okay, next we have okay. At this time, if you would, interim city manager, introduce our presenters tonight. They're here. believe.
Sure. Okay, tonight's guest is, who wants to do a presentation, and I want to, if possible, extend the time a little bit more from them, from 3 minutes to maybe 5 minutes. It's Mr. Ivan Blanco, and also he brought Mr. Jack Brewer himself, and they want to just share some information about what they want to do, what they want to bring to the city. And they just asked would they be allowed to do a presentation. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Ivan Blanco. I'm with the Jack Brewer Foundation. I'm a post-release director for the Jack Brewer Foundation. I am a returning citizen. I actually met Jack in prison. I've been working with Jack since the day I came home from prison, serving our community. We serve over 350, roughly, people here in South Bay. We run a big distribution today, every Tuesday, out in Coral Springs. And we have a residence here in Pahokee, Cypress, 179 Cypress Avenue. And we're just excited to be in this county, the city of Pahokee. And Mr. Jack Brewer is a man of God before anything else, ex-NFL football player, 3-time captain on the teams that he's played for. My brother, my friend, my mentor. And he's just excited to pour into this community, and he would like to tell you what he wants to do here. Praise God.
Well, you took up all my 3 minutes.
Oh, no.
No, praise God. It's great to be here. First off, thank you for welcoming me. Ivan has talked so highly of you all and made sure that I put this on my calendar, and it's important. It's important to me. I made an investment into a place here almost 5 years ago. And I didn't know why God told me to buy this piece of property. And I looked around at the people around and I loved it. I fell in love with it. It actually reminds me of my neighborhood in Grapevine, Texas, to be honest with you. And that's why I did it. And so we run a program, as Ivan said, across the state of Florida, but particularly here in the Glades area is where our biggest presence is. And we help men inside of prisons and jails. So we actually work in South Bay Prison, we work in Moorhaven, and we also work in Sago Palm, which is right here in Pahokee. And so it's an honor for us to do it. We have a couple men that stay in the residence there. These men are upstanding gentlemen who they better take care of the community and what we're doing. We actually have 14 locations across the state of Florida. As Ivan said, I played in the National Football League. I was a captain on every team I played for. God called me to the ministry about 7 years ago. I've been preaching and teaching in the prisons ever since. I don't do it for money. I do it to serve the Lord. And I love going into black communities and helping black men return from the prison and go back into their houses and take care of their kids. That's our focus. Our focus is fatherhood. And I know places like Pahokee and so many other places across the state of Florida need their men back in the houses, taking care of our children. And so that is what our mission is. Malachi 4:6, he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers. And that's what we're here for. And we like to do that through our food distribution. So I see Commissioner King sitting here, and she knows every week they can count on us being there. We serve a lot of people from Pahokee, obviously Belglade and South Bay as well. So we distributed over 3 million pounds of food in the last year, and we want to continue to do that. We also run programs for the children during Christmas time and during the holidays. If you guys need toys, we have thousands of them, and we love to give those to the communities as well. But I'm happy to answer any questions. If there's any question about the why we're here, I'm not looking for anything. All I'm looking to do is to give. And so I just thank you guys for welcoming me here, and happy to answer any questions that you may have.
The number of residents you have at 279 Cypress, how many do you have?
Two.
Two,
Yes,
only
sir.
two
Yes,
live in there.
And one's actually here, Mr. David Lowe.
Okay. The only other question would be, are the two sexual predator?
So we have a pretty strict policy, just to give you a little bit of background. So we are actually get part of our funding from the Department of Children and Family in Florida. And so in our program, we don't house sex offenders. We do allow them in our program when they're inside of the prison, because we feel like it's important for them to get that rehabilitation that we offer inside. But once they get out, they are not allowed in our program, sir. We also do youth mentorship, so we're around a lot of kids. And so as you can imagine, we're delivering toys and food to the homes of the men that are incarcerated, so we really can't align ourselves with sex offenders. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Thank you for that question.
no problem.
Can I ask you a question?
At this time, we'll let the community ask a question if need to.
Be nice to me, man.
I'm finna be nice.
Nah, I'm just
You ain't gonna
messing.
believe I'm this nice. When can y'all start? Whatever y'all wanna do at this time, when can y'all start? 'Cause
Yesterday.
we need y'all help, we can.
Yes,
And
sir.
the way you talking, I know it ain't nothing but helping the way you talking.
Glory to
I can
God.
feel you, I can feel you.
Glory to
And
God.
that's what I try to tell people. I try to deal with people with my spirit, not with this, oh, I think they saying something smart. Well, I can say something smart.
Glory to God.
But I'm saying, glory to God, for real, and I'm ready to get with you anytime you get ready to do something in PO.
You will have my number before I leave.
Okay.
Praise the Lord.
Mr. Bill, what's the criteria to be accepted into your program?
Okay, so state of Florida calls a father, an eligible father, a biological father, a grandfather, a great-grandfather, or an uncle of a child in the state of Florida that's 17 years or younger. So that is a criteria to get in our program. Obviously, as I said, in our post-release program, we don't take any sex offenders. But our program is no nonsense. When we're inside of a criminal justice facility, if you get a disciplinary action or you do anything that violates any type of parole, you're immediately out of the program. We have a zero tolerance policy in our program. And so everybody fill out an application. So we actually have a full application process that they go through. They go on an interview. And we assess them. And then obviously we look at their crimes. Some of them are big substance abuse. We get a lot, so we try to do substance use disorder treatment for them. A lot of anger management, we deal with that as well.
And you have a specific criteria even for your housing? I know you say the sex offenders. we
Housing
understand
is
that.
even a higher level, because housing, you have to complete the program, but you have to have 90% attendance in our class, because we want to make sure that we get guys that have been rehabilitated, guys that want to be there. And again, it's no nonsense. Any type of violation, we drug test them. We do that, so it's a full-fledged program. We make sure that the people in our program stand up for what they committed to.
Okay.
And in the housing program, do they have to pay a portion of the rent?
No.
Or do you have guidelines where you help find employment, and while they're there, they get to save their funding? Is
Yeah.
that like part of your program?
Exactly. So it's the purpose of our program is we found that the most men that recidivate or go re-enter back into prison is usually because of housing, obviously, and a job. And so when they get out, we give them a cell phone. If they don't have their driver's license, we help them get it. We usually pay about 50% of their fines. We make them meet us halfway. But we also we mandate that they volunteer. Like if you ever come out to South Bend with some of our food distribution, you're gonna see all of our men out there. They get their volunteer hours. We do the same thing tonight. The reason why I would normally probably fill this room up with second chance men, but they're doing a food distribution for Thanksgiving tonight. So that's why they couldn't be here. Tomorrow they'll be in South Bay because we're doing one early for Thanksgiving. And so my vision is that if a man is serving the community, how can he be terrorizing? And so that's the reason why we keep them serving each other. And then if they learn to serve their community, they can then serve their family. Because at the end of the day, we got 2.5 million fatherless kids in the state of Florida alone. That's a lot of babies without their daddies in their life. And so that's our model, and it's been working.
Do you all have any food distributions in Pahokee? Have you started that yet? Or
I
no?
was, but I couldn't get the approval. That's why I'm here. I'm asking for your permission. We would love to do that. Yes, ma'am.
Where were you trying to have it at in Pahokee?
So I wanted to have, I don't know where to have it. So in the city of South Bay, the mayor actually gave us a section a piece of property. I'm actually trying to buy it now because it means so much to us. I want to buy it because we've served so many people there. But normally we just need an area. We have refrigerated vehicles, we have trucks, we have plenty of food, and so we just need an area and a good time that we could do that.
So let me ask a question. Maybe we can look at, because I do know the sheriff department, we have food distributions. Maybe if you can give your calendar of
Yes,
when
ma'am.
your food distributions are to the city manager, and maybe we can look at and vote on maybe using MLK Park, since it is a bigger facility. A bigger area where people can just drive through, and maybe that's something you get with the city manager, or if the commission agree upon, maybe that is something that, maybe we can look at, if that's what you need in order to help you to see what it is that we can do to help.
Yes, ma'am. You have my full commitment.
So if you can give your dates to the city manager so that
Okay.
we don't have conflict with the other agencies that are doing their food distributions and using our facilities.
Yes, ma'am. You got that?
What I'll say is, I think that the services that you are providing are very much needed, and I don't know of anyone that would object to receiving those services if they're in need. But I remember distinctly back when you first came to our community, a lot of the people that live in the proximity of that location were speaking out. And so that is why there was no approval. And so I would think that the people in the community, not that they wouldn't want to have those services delivered to them, are receptive to that program being in their community. And I fully understand why they would have those concerns, but I'm not the one that you need to convince.
No, I
And so
understand
I do
that.
believe that those people that live within close proximity of it should have a say in whether or not the program is approved to exist in the manner that you are saying that it needs to.
Yes, and I agree with you. I think for me, the unfortunate thing is, it's, time is right and proximity. I don't live here. I'm not able to be here every day. And I coach, I teach, I go to prisons all over the state of Florida. So I wasn't necessarily here to be. I think there were some misconceptions and some misunderstandings. I think, to Mr. Mayor's question, I know I had heard that, there's sex offenders in there. We never have we don't have sex offenders in our post-release program. I don't think that was understood. And if that's something that I can communicate better, I'm more than happy and willing to. But again, I'm here with my arms open to serve. I'm not here trying to be combative with anyone. I know that if anything in that community has ever happened from our facility, I would have been here myself to address it. And so I don't think that we've ever done anything to disrespect the community.
No, I'm not accusing. I'm just saying that what the
Yes, ma'am.
perception was. And,
Yes, ma'am, I understand.
I can certainly understand. If they're uninformed, then, yeah, they're going to form their opinions based on what they know. And so you can't blame people for that. But if we educate them and they know what to expect from
Yes,
a
ma'am.
neighbor,
Yes, ma'am.
then they can have a difference of opinion
Will
with
you
regards.
help me do that?
I'll do what I can. Yeah,
Praise God.
I work with the Florida Coalition of Black Civic Participation, so I know all about that. And a big part of what they do is support returning citizens, and it's needed. I mean, once you do your time, hey, you're gonna crucify them the rest of their life. I mean, I worked in the system for 35 years too, so hey, I know.
So maybe if we can have a town hall, maybe we could schedule a town hall, and maybe they can come out and present and see, if that's something they would want, and listen to them, and so they can have their say. So maybe we can look at scheduling a town hall, and you coming back and speaking with them
That would be
at a
great.
town hall, so.
And I can
that's
actually,
something that-
and you can actually speak to the men like Ivan and David personally. I think that would be amazing, and they can see what type of men that we have.
Let me say something, please. What they talking about, I was the one behind all of that. I got this line, Love and Company Pahokee. When they came to us with that by y'all, we had a different tribe up there then. We had some more people up there that they was trying to play undercover with stuff, and they played y'all undercover. And I went to raising all the sand. I can tell y'all, it wasn't on everybody in Pahokee until I got wind of it, and then it was, I'm here with the camera, and you got stickers on the door, cause the moment we said something, That's when they went and put some stickers on doing all that, but they had done approved y'all before we got it. And then they tried to go up under the table on us, and then I got everybody in the community involved. It wasn't nobody knew, cause everybody knew, cause I the one did it. I'm sitting here to tell you I the one did it. But I told Ivan, just like I'm telling you now in your face, I have a different perception of what y'all here for now. And that's what it took. Sometimes we have to get put in sit and wait times instead of situation. Y'all was in a situation and didn't even know what was going on. And I didn't know what was going on either until me and him went to sit down and talk one day. I ain't never talked to you, but I talked to Ivan. Then I tell you, Ivan, I said, I'm the one. Yes, they kept on trying to blame somebody else for what happened. But y'all, I was the one. When you go on, you see I'm on live right now.
Mr. Love, thank you for your comment. Thank you for your comment, sir.
I don't want nobody running out of here having some kind of feeling about
Right.
what happened and
Okay.
don't understand it.
All right.
Mr. Love, can I give you a hug?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
Okay, Mr. Brewer, any final comments you'd like to make or any requests you'd like for the city to entertain, not at this time, but at least have knowledge of what your request would be?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I just say thank you guys. I pray for this city, and just know you have an advocate and a servant that is here for no other reason than to serve the Lord. And I just thank you for your time. I mean, if that's it, I'm done. I want to serve, and if I can help you guys serve and you have ideas, I love bold ideas.
And I would just like to add, I thank you for coming in here to clarify that and clear that up, because that was my hesitation when you all reached out to me about what I had heard. But sometimes lack of education does hold us back. So I want to thank you all for coming in, clearing that up, because we do want to move our city forward. And like Commissioner McDonald says, we want to see people who've had their time come out and give a second opportunity. So thank you for that, and we're looking forward to, working with you all. And like Commissioner Calvin Williams said, have a town hall meeting, so that way we can have the town come in and get educated on what we all can do to help others and improve our city. So thank you all for coming in.
Thank you. And the last thing, I know y'all got great sports around here, because I played with a few folks, and they can all run.
Yeah.
What's that? What sport? You got football? Y'all going to state? When is it?
Friday.
Friday in Bluntstown.
How much is it for kids to sign up?
Oh, no, it's a high school.
Oh, high school. You going to state? When is it? Y'all going to state Friday?
No, if we win, we'll go to the state Friday.
Where y'all playing at?
Bluntstown.
Bluntstown.
All right. How can I make a donation to the youth program?
It's not the youth, it's the high
To
school.
the high school. To the high school.
Oh, yeah, you can donate to both of them.
He's trying, yes.
See, this the type of conversations I want to have.
Right.
This is what we do.
They need to go, when they go, they ain't got no money to stay in the hotel.
Okay.
So they have to ride 2 or 3 hours, all day long. Come
Yeah.
on. I'm talking about the high school now. I ain't talking
So
about
what
the high school.
You can donate to both.
They had to ride up there 4 or 5 o'clock.
So yes, I'll leave y'all my number. All right. I wanna make a donation to the program. Thank you.
Thank you,
God
Mr.
bless
Brewer. Okay, now.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda, we don't have any public hearings and/or ordinances. We do have several resolutions. Actually, we have 6. First resolution is resolution have read by our city attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, updating the designation of the City of Pahokee's voting delegate and alternates to the Palm Beach County League of Cities, Inc., as set forth hereto in Exhibit A, providing for adoption of representations, providing for conflict, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, city attorney. City interim city manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yeah, what this resolution is in reference to, Mayor, is that in the change of our administration, we now need to update our delegates for this League of Cities. And so that's what we're here for tonight, is to, get a vote or agreement on the commission for who the representatives will be on the League of Cities.
And it's listed, they're listed.
They're already listed. on the back sheet, so.
City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-67, properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by interim city manager, what is your preference?
Mayor Barra moved that we accept Resolution 2025-67 with the voting delegates listed.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor Williams and properly seconded by Commissioner McDonough for the adoption of Resolution 2025-67. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald.
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we have Resolution 2025-68. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving the City of Pahokee's annual Christmas parade and authorizing an application for a parade permit from the Florida Department of Transportation, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. City Attorney. Madam City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, our Christmas parade for this year, 2025, has been scheduled for December 15th, and then we are currently in the planning process. Notices will be sent out soon, and we also are, understanding about the involvement with our law enforcement agencies as far as the travel and the traffic concerns. And I've spoken with Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, and they've waived their fee that they would have charged for our services. So we're planning and we're working with it, and it is December 15th, and we'll send notices out soon.
Thank you. City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-68, properly read into the minutes by our City Attorney, properly explained by our City Manager, what is your preference?
I move that we accept Resolution 2025-68.
I'll second it.
It has been moved by Commissioner McPherson and properly seconded by Vice Mayor Williams for the adoption of Resolution 2025-68. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McPherson.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we have Resolution 2025-69, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, requesting the city manager to select a department head to present on relevant departmental city matters at each regularly scheduled City Commission meeting, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, Mayor. At the prior meeting, the commission mentioned about having department heads attend the commission meetings. And so, in consideration of that and to ensure that you all are, satisfied with what we're doing at the City of Pahokee, I have instructed our department heads to attend the meeting, and we're just waiting on the resolution approval. But in anticipation of the approval of the resolution, I have already sent out an email to my staff, letting them know that there's a possibility, once it is approved, then we will have them attending the meetings. And what I would like to do is to recognize those. I sent an email out to them, and I would like to read that so you all would know that I am instructing according to your, your preferences. And it says, "Good afternoon to my department heads. Please be advised that in anticipation of the following resolution, Resolution 2025-69, all department heads will be required to attend future commission meetings. It is expected that in an event as a department head cannot attend the commission meeting, a designee must be assigned to attend their place. Although tomorrow's meeting is not yet required, it is strongly encouraged that department heads attend and to contact me if they have any questions. And at this time, I would like to ask our department heads of the City of Pahokee to please stand who are in attendance." Okay. Thank you all.
Okay.
And so I'm just asking for the approval.
I will say this, I don't think it was the original intent to have every single department head attend each meeting. It was just gonna be like on a rotating basis. You would have one attend one of the meetings, and the next would attend another meeting, and so forth, so we can at least hear from each department on a rotating basis.
Okay, and I respect that.
Right.
But as a city manager, as a day-to-day operation, I'm going to require them to be at every meeting. And that way, if something comes up, they'll be able to address it, and then also be involved in the city activities, so that way. So I'll, respect whatever resolution is approved, but I'm going to require them to attend anyway as a day-to-day instruction for me.
Okay.
And
I have
Ms.
a
through the-
question.
through
Are
the
they
mayor.
just going to attend, or I thought Mr. Scott and his request was that they give monthly updates on what they have going on and calendar of events or whatever, give us updates?
But that's not the motion that we're reading right now. That could be something we can
Oh,
address.
I thought
but
that was the resolution that we,
The
It is
resolution.
the resolution.
It rests unto them. Well,
for them to provide monthly updates, right?
Yes, in any order that through the mayor, in any order that the city manager directs. And so this is not necessarily for everybody to attend every meeting. That's not how it's written. It's, as Commissioner Scott proffered it, for there to be updates given, and it's within the discretion of the city manager as to how she wants to do that. But at every meeting, the intent was to have someone present. But you decide, however, whoever you want.
correct. And again, I can, follow the instructions as far as having a report ready for you all monthly, but in addition, they will be at each meeting, those who are able to attend. And we'll provide the monthly reports for you. And I'll add that as well to the instructions.
Okay. City Commission, having had Resolution 2025-69 properly read into the minutes by our city attorney, properly explained by our city manager, what is your preference?
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept Resolution 2025-69.
Second.
It has been moved by Vice Mayor William and properly seconded by Commissioner Scott for the adoption of Resolution 2025-69. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Commissioner Scott.
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald.
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson.
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we entertain Resolution 2025-71. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving Budget Amendment Number 2 in the amount of $618,066 for fiscal year 2024-2025 as set forth in Composite Exhibit A attached hereto, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Interim City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, sir, Mayor. With this particular budget, the budget has already been approved. This is an amendment to the existing budget. And Mr. Martin, Director of Finance, is here. The reasons for the increases that are being questioned, Mr. Martin will explain that to us. And there's also a ledger that, goes along with the staff report. Mr. Martin.
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners.
Good evening.
City Manager, City Clerk, and City Attorney, and all participant residents. First, let me start. The amendment is really necessary to adjust the 24-25 budget to make it more realistic within the 60 days of the end of the fiscal year, which is 9/30/2025. So this amendment is needed by November 30th. So.
And this is for the 2024-25 budget,
24.
not this year budget?
No,
This is for
24.
last year's budget? Okay.
Correct. And you're
It
gonna
should be
see some
25, 26.
unexpected expenditures. You're gonna see some inter-fund transfer if the original budget allocation is no longer appropriate. So let's go to the first one, the general fund, which is 308-104. And if you go to the second page, that 308 and 104 is mainly because of, we have 2 years audit performed in 1 year. Second, we have contractual services. The big dog contract was 42,300. It increases to almost 60,000. Next is the 147, which is Hurricane Milton, which is unforeseen event. And we have professional activity, 2,955. The total is the increase of the budget of 308 and 104 for general fund.
What was the 2,955 for?
The promotional event on, there was an additional event that increased the budget.
What event?
What was that, what event was that?
I don't know, it's in total, when you put it all together, it exceeds the budgeted, the adopted budget. The next one is special revenue fund. Now, this is, the increase is mainly due to the Barfield projects. As you know, the contracted amount in the Barfield was $3,000,009, and there were a lot of expenditures in the Barfield which were not reimbursed by FDOT. So the surtax, the special revenue, is those expenditures are being allocated to the surtax and transferred to the capital project and depreciated accordingly. So that's the 702. The next one is
Wait,
the,
I have a question if you
Yeah,
don't
go ahead.
mind. Now, the Barfield Highway, we still have not gotten the closing documents on it, so you're saying that you want us to vote for this because
Well-
we need more money and we haven't even gotten the closing documents yet?
well,
So how do we know?
the project, there was a closeout of the project in July of '25. I don't know if you said the closing document or not, but the project closed in July of '25.
That's with the hiccups. Remember when Mr. Jackson was here and he was saying there were hiccups and things like that, that they had to come back and we had approved for more funding, and I asked for those documents and I said I would like to see what the closing, what did we spend at the final closing for those hiccups that we had? So
Well-
are you saying we've received that already?
No, the closing of the project is in relation with the CAI, the engineering, and the contractor, which is Russell, in relation with FDOT. That project is closed as of July.
Let me interrupt right here. In my opinion, what he's discussing should have already been taken care of. But if you're asking about the closing of Barfield, I have spoken to FDOT and the other contract, and what I'll do is that I'll get with Mr. Martin, and then I'll either print it out and put it in your box as far as the documents to show that it was closed. And then as far as the balance, that at one point it was showing, and I'm not sure if it's in the packet or not, but the balance that we at one point, they were saying we owed, Mr. Martin showed documents for those invoices that have been paid. So what I'll do is I get those documents for you all, because again, he's the finance director, but he had a city manager that was responsible for making sure he provided those documents to the commission. So what I'm gonna do is I'll get with him and get those closing documents, and I'll put copies of those things in your mailbox.
I would like to table this until we see those final documents.
You said we got a deadline. You got a deadline to think.
Yeah, you have no option but approve this, because this is for compliance purposes. In addition, we have to be prepared for the audit for the 24-25. So you have no other option than approve.
And also, the resolution need to be correct. It should state 25, 26.
No, it's
If I'm
20.
not-
It's
It's not.
24,
Oh,
25.
it's still 24, 25. Okay, my mistake.
The next one is the ARPA fund, which is an increase of $3,862. And the capital project see a decrease of $396,765.
I hear what you're saying, that we don't have an option but to vote on this. But from my understanding, the ARPA dollars were already designated for certain things. I hear what you're saying, but I need to see what was the increase in ARPA for these $3,862 when this money had already been earmarked that the commission had agreed upon.
Well, if you go to that page for the ARPA, the adopted budget was
What page you on?
123.
Okay, I see it.
Page, that's
27.
this is ARPA, which, keep going.
Page 27.
Page 27 where it says amount of home repair.
No, it will say ARPA fund. The three,
It's up to the top,
Yeah,
above
that's-
that, what you saw, above it, right above it.
The 123,572.
yeah, that was the adopted, and it's immaterial. The 3,862 is almost immaterial, so I don't see any issue with that. It's a small increase.
What you mean immaterial?
It's immature compared to the budget. This small amount increase for the budget is needed for compliance purposes.
Right,
for-
we're just asking you on what, Mr. Martin? I hear what you're saying, but we can't just keep going and saying it's immaterial or it's a small amount.
Well,
Saying minus home
Uh,
repair.
the thing is, City Manager, why don't you?
Let me just say this, and again, maybe we need to have a workshop or something with this, but Mr. Martin, I sat with Mr. Martin, and we were discussing the 618,000 increase that was at the end of the amended budget. And when I sat with him, we looked at decreases and increases that were not on the adopted budget. And so when I spoke with him, the things that affected the difference in the budget was the commission approved the big dog contract, which increased from what it had been prior. It was 42,300, went to 59,780. And this is me to speak with Mr. Martin. Then the construction mechanic that did temporary work for public works was not budgeted for. So that was an additional amount that came into the budget. And then also Hurricane Milton, which you cannot predict, we had to pay for those expenditures. That wasn't budgeted for. Okay, and then the external auditing, we didn't just do 1 year of audit, we did 2 years. So that was an increase. And then the promotion activity, the city events, those things had to be budgeted in. But there was a credit where we didn't pay the entire amount that was budgeted for another project, and Mr. Martin can specify that one. So I sat with him, and as far as the 618 that was questioned, these are the things that affected that budget. And it's in the packet that you're looking at, but if you need more specific, again, I'll get with Mr. Martin and I'll, get those things to you. But, standing here in this meeting, I know you're asking the questions and he's explaining it, but it's in the ledger. But Mr. Martin, finish up your explanation.
But I have a question.
The-
So I heard her say some things and the budget was not budgeted for. But if it was not budgeted for, how did we pay it? And it should have been a resolution for it. So if it wasn't budgeted for and it was paid, it should have come back to the commission before now.
And I don't know if it did or not.
That's not accurate. A budget amendment is necessary to adjust, to be more realistic,
That's the user service.
okay? And there is no trick here. This is a clear-cut adjustment that is needed, an amendment that is needed for the fiscal year 24-25.
What about the
I
surtax,
don't-
Mr. Martin? What about the surtax?
Yeah, the capital project decrease in aggregate is a net increase of $618,066.
To speak to your comment about the tricks, we're not implying that there are any tricks going on. We're just trying to understand what it is we have in front of us, is all.
Because it doesn't have any supporting documents. That's all. I was just asking to see the documents. You're saying that there was an increase, but we don't have anything in front of us to show what the increases were. It just says in here that funds will increase, but we don't know what increase, from what fund, and from what department. So that's the
Okay,
only thing I'm saying.
The capital project, if you go to that page, let's look at that page. Okay, the capital project, the original
What
budget,
page you on? What page you on? Okay, I
that's
see it, I see it.
the last page of the,
24. Okay.
yeah, if you go to the capital project, you will see the adopted budget was $2,578,000. You all know the MLK grant.
We lost it.
Okay, you lost it.
And we understand that.
Right,
That
so
information
that's a
is there.
decrease, that's a decrease of $250,000.
Right.
And the capital was $1,755,000. It decreases by $146,000 because mainly this was the FDOT project for the biofield, mainly.
So you see how you explaining that to us, and we know that because you guys brought the MLK project to us, right? But for these other ones, we're going basically by what you're saying. We don't
Supporting
know
documents.
what it was for. You're telling us it increased and decreased, but we know about the MLK because that was brought before the commission. But for the other funds, we do not know what the increase and decrease was for.
Well, in all fairness, if the adopted was $1,700,000, we decrease it, is favorable. We're not increasing it. We're not asking for more money.
Mr. Martin, I have a question. Are you able to go into your records and give the specific items for what these dollars were used for? As if, like
For instance,
the amounts that Commissioner Kyle Williams are referring to, like you have amounts on here, and she's asking for specific items that amount totals to. Do you have that in your record somewhere?
yeah, we have anything that you may want to inquire within the accounting system. However, this amendment is needed for compliance purposes and for audit preparation.
I understand, so let me just ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Under the general fund, you said it will increase both revenues and expenditure. What is the $308,104 for day-to-day? Is that an increase for what?
I just went over it with you. Just look at the bottom page of the general fund. The audit, we paid 2 years audit when we budgeted only 1 year. I told you, the contractual, the big dog contract was $42,300 a month. It went up to almost $60,000 a month. And there was construction mechanic.
Where is that at now? Because I don't see that.
This is summary. You don't have the detail here, but I'm just giving you.
Well, that's what I was asking for. You just gave us amounts.
Right. This
trying to figure
is the amendment.
So the
Mr.
city
Martin,
manager.
I think where the problem is, the commission is looking to see the specific, you telling us this, but we don't have the supporting,
expenditures.
the supporting documents. You're telling us this, but it's kind of hard for us to follow. Just looking at this, we just need to be a little bit more specific. If you're going to be, when you present stuff like that, you got to make it plain English for us.
Okay.
So we can make sure that we,
And if
before we
I-
make a decision to vote on certain monies and stuff.
Correct, correct. If I may, Mayor, could I ask if we could, table this for the next meeting, or so that way, I can get with Mr. Martin?
He's saying it can't be tabled.
We don't have
It's
that
a
option.
deadline.
We don't have that option.
It's a deadline.
There is a deadline by November 30th, and the commission is not going to meet after that.
Let's go ahead and try to at least approve it and get the information specific at a later date by the next meeting.
Yeah, that's what
Even
I'm-
if he's not able to present it to us, if you can get copies of it to just share with the
Okay, I'll
commission.
make sure we get the line items and make it total
Well,
up
I have a
and put it in your
question.
mailbox.
We're always in these situations where we're doing things and it's the last minute and we don't have time. It's 60 days now. Why is it that we're always, the commission put in these type situations? That we're always, that it gotta be done right now? It's not a good situation to be put in, and I'm gonna be honest
The
with you.
commission-
I
the
honestly
com-
don't
the
like
commission-
voting on something
Well-
that I don't have all the documents to vote on.
Vice Mayor, but we're not asking the commission to do anything they're not supposed to do. The budget amendment is needed.
I
to-
understand that, but my question to you still is, why is it that we don't have time? It's at the last minute.
I
It
didn't
gotta
say
be
that. I
submitted
didn't say
in.
that. I
You gotta
explained
vote on it tonight.
every increase or decrease, I went over it with you. Now, I don't know, maybe you need
So-
more explanation?
So and these amounts that we're questioning, there's probably not going to be a way that we can address it, even with the request to get monthly expenditures, because sometimes they don't come up until after the fact, which is the case here. And we haven't met, this is our first meeting this month, so it's not like we could have addressed it before now unless we are doing it.
Well,
Here's what I think should happen. I'm just gonna put my 2 cents
the
in this.
purpose,
Here's what I think should happen. When we know that those contracts are being increased, even with the big dog contract, we got to be more proactive, and we need to go ahead and make the amendments to the budget to address those things. And we don't need to wait till the last minute to do that.
Hence, the monthly expenditures will permit us to make some adjustments along the way and not be surprised at the last minute when we have to approve the
You know what I'm saying?
budget.
We had to do the contract, so when we did the contract, there should have been an amendment.
Okay.
That's hindsight. We can't fix that now. We can fix that in the future. So we just giving everybody on notice, even including myself, that we gotta be more proactive and take care of these things when we know that we dealing with revising the contract and updating the contract, and it's gonna be an increase. We need to amend the budget to
Okay, we'll allow
but we can't
the
fix it
finance
now. That's
director to
done.
go ahead and finish so we can at least vote on this portion of it. And then at some point, we can try to prevent last minute, whatever we're calling it, to occur again in the future. Hopefully, we can do that. We'll find a way, whether it's a town hall, or workshop, or whatever it's gonna take, but let's do this now, because we do have to complete the audit.
staff recommend the approval of this amendment to the budget.
City Commission, having heard the finance director indicate that this is needed for compliance and for the audited purpose, asking for our approval, I'll entertain a motion at this time for the approval of this amendment.
I make a motion that we approve the amendment.
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Scott and properly seconded by Commissioner McDonough for the adoption of this amendment that's being presented. It's actually a resolution, so we have the resolution number. Call
2025
for question.
Yes, just want to make a recommendation that we be more proactive when these things occur, and including finance, when we have a contract that increase, that we need to not address that at that time and don't wait until our backs are pushed against the wall.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll have Resolution 2025-71, City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, closing the date for accepting city manager applications effective November 26, 2025, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, as we know, the city is in need of a permanent city manager, and you all discussed as far as having the posting for city manager closed. So, I leave that to you all for discussion.
City Commission, having heard Resolution 2025-71 properly read into the minutes by our City Attorney, properly explained by our City Interim City Manager, what is your preference?
Mayor Bab, I move that we accept Resolution 2025-71.
Second.
It has been moved by Commissioner Vice Mayor Williams and properly second by Commissioner McPherson for the adoption of Resolution 2025-71. Call for questions.
How many applications do we now have for the position?
I don't know the answer to that, but I can get with our human resources.
Because they should be going to the clerk, correct?
No, they
How many
don't.
applications we have?
Applications don't come to the clerk's office, they go to HR, and I don't have that information as well.
Any additional questions? Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll entertain Resolution 2025-72, City Attorney.
This is the add-on, correct, Mr. Mayor?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, approving legislative priorities for the 2026 legislative session, providing for adoption of representations, providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. City Interim City Manager, could you give us a brief explanation?
Yes, Mayor. Upon, coming into the position, the need to have the legislative priorities submitted, we got with the lobbyists and we discussed the issues that needed to, and not having a chance to talk with the commissioners because of the urgency to get those proposals submitted. I spent with the lobbyists and we decided to submit items that were of importance or priority to the city of Pahokee, and in reviewing past proposals that we went through and reviewed, there was a couple that had been submitted before, but nothing had been done on it. So the two that we are proposing for you all to review and approve is the hurricane hardening of the Eddie Rose Gymnasium that was submitted prior, and then also the demucking restoration project, demucking and backfilling for sustainable design at the MLK Park. City Park. And in that, the amount that was requested this year was decreased, in consideration of prior amounts over millions. So the lobbyists, in our discussion, we're requesting submission of $950,000 for each, requesting that assistance, $950,000 for each project.
Are there a motion?
I make a motion we accept it.
Is there a second?
Someone second.
I
I'm
second
asking. It has been moved by Commissioner Scott and properly seconded by Commissioner McDonough for the approval of Resolution 2025-72. Call for questions.
Yeah, I have a few questions. On page 4, and I guess it will be 39 in the square blocks, it says that our service areas are gonna be Martin, Okeechobee, and Palm Beach County. So for the heartening, so we're saying people from Okeechobee and Martin County is gonna come, we're gonna be, having them to come and be a part of our shelter? I'm just trying to understand why we include Martin and Okeechobee.
Which page you referring to?
39. Question number
Yes,
11.
yes, and, in speaking, like again, discussing it, and, you know, having the shelter, and being able to accommodate surrounding areas if possible, it will be open to those. That was a part of the proposal, but again, it's up to your approval and your adjustment, but that is part, service areas, counties being served, provided with the funding, so those are the counties, Palm Beach, Okeechobee, and Martin.
For
That was in the
the,
proposal.
for the records too, what is the maximum capacity of the shelter?
Well, as far as the gymnasium, I don't have that information, but I can get it and get back with you all. I don't have that information.
My other question was on number 13, where it says that the purpose of the requested fund is to provide a secure shelter for local residents and their pets. So, are we saying that we're gonna allow people to bring their pets in the shelter with the residents?
To answer that question is that I am looking at other options. I'm reaching out to the animal shelters in DCF as far as that's concerned. But the reason why we didn't leave that out, because in some cases, residents have the therapeutic dogs, and so we would have to look into options. This is on here for that reason, but again, I'm reaching out to see who we can work with in reference to accommodating the pets and see what we can do, you know, as relates to that. And again, as I research that, then I'll give you more information in reference to that, you know, question. Because we have a lot of residents who have pets, and we want to just make sure, you know, we don't get any issue with, you know, the pets being neglected. But I'll look into animal shelters, Department of, you know, Health, and departments, you know.
So this is what we submitted, and we're gonna leave this language in there? This is what we're actually submitting to to leave the language in there?
I would, because it's giving you more options, and then your chances of receiving the money gonna be better if you got more options. If you start cutting stuff out, then you're cutting your chances of getting the money. And I understand why the lobbyists would put that in there, because it's more, you know, more options.
Yeah, but what
It's
happens,
certainly a
what
matter that
happens if
needs
you
to
got
be
residents that are
looked
allergic to animals?
Well, you got, but upstairs.
Case
you
by
got
case.
PPPs
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
We can't blanketly exclude. We
Yeah.
gotta take every case by case.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times when you're gonna have to not adhere to what you have on paper for whatever reason.
Yeah,
But if you got that, you know,
yeah, but to get the money, you have to open your options.
Yeah. Was the design of the construction of the basement for the Italy Rose Gymnasium completed last year? We have a design, and where did we come up with the 907,000? Wonder how we reached that figure? What
Okay.
type of modification are we gonna be doing in here?
Okay, again, in order to secure it as a secure shelter, that's where the Hartney came in. Again, this is a proposal that was already agreed on by you all last year. And so we're moving it forward to have it accomplished based on what was a priority for the city, and it's still a priority. And so that's the purpose of hardening it, so it'll be a secure shelter if and when we have hurricanes or any emergencies. And so the design, I'm, thinking that it was already, done because, again, in speaking with the lobbyists and making the decision, these are things that were already approved by you all last year. And so now
I'm
I'm
wondering-
moving forward with them.
We approved
I'm
it.
wondering too,
Well, they were on the
because
proposal from you all last year.
as far as the
And,
design,
Remember the pets being
And
in
I'm
there.
just taking it forward because it's a
Wasn't no pets in
priority.
there.
And for us, me as well, it's a priority for me to make sure that we have the shelter ready for our residents. And so that's the one, a priority for this. And then the second one, we've already discussed. So again, that's my position on it, and that's where, you have the discussion, the votes, and the amendments, so,
Well, I will say, we did discuss this, but pets were not involved, and there was also a breakdown of what everything will cost, which we do not have on here. So, and I don't know if we're not supposed to put it on here, but it's not on here what the breakdown is of what the $950,000 is for. There is no breakdown on page 40. So we're asking for it, but we did not put anything on what we're actually going to be utilizing the $950,000 for. So that is not on the form.
Is
So
that
my
predictable
concern
during
was, are they
hurricane?
going to even take an opportunity to look at this because we don't have anything itemized on here?
Okay. Again, I can research for you for that, for you, but my question is, how can you predict what you are going to need in time of emergency, just like with hurricane?
No, we're talking about fixing the building.
Okay.
That's what we're
But-
talking about. What is it gonna take to fix the bottom of the building? That's when we submitted it a year ago, is what we were talking about, rehabilitating the bottom of that building.
Okay. Well,
Because
what I'll
that
do
building is not in operable condition, and so that's what we had discussed and how much it would cost to get that building up and operating.
Okay. Well, I don't have that information for you, but I'll be sure to research it again.
So that's what
for
we
you.
were saying that we wanted to have done as a shelter, with that building has to be up and operable and running.
Okay.
So that we can use it.
I'll
So
get
I'm
that
just wondering, are they
information
gonna look at this, because we don't have anything on here of what we're gonna be spending the $950,000 for.
I think they have some
It's number 13.
indications at the bottom of the page, but
It's right there.
That doesn't still say a
I
whole
don't-
lot. If I was looking at it, I'm gonna pull
You
it.
look at it.
What page are you all on?
Page
page
40.
40.
Oh, right here.
If the building is in such ill repair, I don't understand how they're using it to recreate the kids and so on and so forth. And they have identified some repairs that need to be done. So
It just
I would
says
say they just need to attach some figures to each one of those things that they're proposing. Are taken
And
care of.
also, I think we need to include our campground, our campers, that needs to be itemized, so they'll have somewhere to
Right.
go.
That,
in
that was
case of
taken into
storm.
consideration.
Okay, I'll
Yeah.
get an itemized, estimate for you all, but as you said, McDonald, it's already been used, so, we are just prepared for the hardening
The
to,
bottom is not
No, the
being
bottom's
used, though.
not.
The bottom is not being used.
I went in
Yeah.
there, it's just
It's the top
a
being
junk,
used, not the bottom.
junk closet now. I went and looked at it.
Okay. Well, I'll get that list for you. I'll do more research and get with the list, and we'll come up with it.
Are there any additional questions?
So my question is, we're discussing this and we are approving this, and are we saying that we're voting to submit it like this? Is what, I guess that's my
Changes
question. Is
to
that
it.
what we're voting on? Or are we gonna make the changes and then submit it, or?
I recommend we make the changes and submit it.
Make what changes? Why we need to make changes?
Because we don't even have supporting documents on how much it's
The
going to
lobbyists
cost,
would-
what we're trying to
How
do.
much it gonna cost?
Whatever,
We don't have
whatever
to have it.
changes or adjustment need to be done to it, the lobbyists would do it.
Yeah.
They would create the document, the final document to be submitted to the legislators. And they have experience in this field and know what would give a good presentation of being approved, what would be ideal?
So this is not the final document that we're submitting? I guess that's what I'm asking. Is this the final document being submitted?
It's a request. It's a request that's being made, so obviously, if additional information is needed, the lobbyist would be responsible for providing that information to ensure that the request is granted.
And so when will we see those documents? As the
I don't know
That
that,
doesn't come
as
back
the
to the
commission, we need to see it. The lobbyist, this is something that the lobbyist is taking care of.
And I'll
They're,
get that-
they're making this request on behalf of the city.
Correct.
Any additional questions? We're going to move in approving the two items that will be submitted for consideration of funding for this upcoming legislative session. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes,
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. We have the last add-on, which is Resolution 2025-73. City Attorney.
A resolution of the City Commission of the City of Pahokee, Florida, authorizing the city manager to secure KRD Connect LLC on an emergency basis for preparation of policies and procedures to address corrective actions required by the Palm Beach County Office of Inspector General, OIG Audit 2025-A-0002, and the Florida Auditor General Operational Audit 2025-195 for an amount not to exceed $10,000, and a contract form to be approved by the city attorney, providing for adoption of representations, providing for conflict, and providing for an effective date.
Thank you, City Attorney. I know you get back in more details you mentioned earlier, so we'll get that. But at this time, we'll have our interim city manager give us an comment and explanation.
Okay, in reference to this request, Mayor, this is in reference to the, what I'll read this to you, my staff report. And what is I'm looking to enter into agreement and the, with an outside agency. We all know about the OIG report, so I'm looking to enter into an agreement with KRD Connect LLC to assist in implementing the corrective action required by the Palm Beach County Office of Internal General, OIG Audit 2025-A-002, and the Florida Auditor General Operational Audit 2025-195 with a contract not to exceed $10,000. And what I'm doing is that this person, I've spoken with them about the scope of their responsibilities because I'm seeking someone. This is an urgent matter to me. The OIG will be coming back soon, and I want to make sure these issues have been addressed. And so what I'm looking to contract with your approval is to have someone come in and address these issues specifically for the city of Pahokee as recommended by the OIG. And so that's what be her responsibility, is to do those things. And her, the contract, will not exceed $10,000. And so just looking for the commission's approval.
Call for question, and I think Commissioner McDonald originally had McPherson originally had a question that maybe the city attorney can chime in on.
Yeah, I think that my question was something like this. Does it need to go out for a procurement process?
If the commission determines it to be an emergency for the health, welfare, benefit of the city in that way, then at any time during the year, you all can, by a vote, make that determination and move the item forward or move the issue forward. I mean, ideally, obviously, you would try to, procure matters if you can, but what the manager is saying is that this is something that she sees as vitally important, that the OIG, they're coming back at some time soon to review the audit, and hopefully the city will be on track to have some corrections or corrective actions in response to their report. And so on that basis, if you chose to accept it, you could accept her recommendation.
So this is for them to do all the work that OIG said that needs to be done. We're gonna hire an outside company to come in, is that what you're saying, City Interim? To do everything that needs to be done on the OIG report, we're gonna pay someone up to $10,000 to do the work?
So, through the mayor, let me just explain. So I received a scope of work, right? And so what I would do before this resolution, because I just got this today, so it would allow me to review and come back with a contract that would be acceptable and that would mirror the requirements of that report. So there were some things in the scope of work, but I don't know if it includes all of the things that are required or that the OIG is asking for. And so what I would do through the manager is mirror those issues from the reports, and then hopefully the manager will have whomever she is looking to do the work agree to those items, and that will be in a contract form for not to exceed $10,000. So that's the goal, is to make sure that at least those are the scope of work includes the things that they're looking for.
So we vote on this before we get to see the scope of work?
Well, I think the manager has some of the terms that the vendor is proposing, and then what I will do is I'll look at those things and I'll make sure that there's nothing left out from what the OIG report is requesting the city to do in terms of corrective actions.
But there's nothing in, not what we have, it doesn't have any of the scope of work in it.
I'm not sure what you have as your backup, but
Just have the resolution.
it does.
They have the resolution.
That's not in
There-
the scope of work. I just,
I didn't give all that because this is just a.
Okay, yeah, but you don't have that with you tonight.
no, so that's what I'm saying.
It says
We're
audit
gonna blindly vote
correction.
again
So
on
I didn't give them
something?
that,
Right.
that's not necessary.
If I may say, I believe everyone has read the OIG report in those 8 recommendations that they made. And that is what I am looking for this person to do.
That's
But
what I'm
as
saying.
the attorney, and she's not addressing all of them, what my intent is, such as human resources, policy, and the credit card, like the attorney said, she's gonna look at it, and she's gonna determine and see the things that she needs to address, and then she's gonna bring it back to you all. So that's.
So, but you'll have to tell me if she is not addressing all of the things that are in the OIG report, what she's not addressing, so that the commission can vote on that,
Correct.
and they'll know. So if it's something that you think you've already discussed with her that's going to be exempt from that, then you should, because I will look at it and I will make it so that it mirrors the things that they're asking for. So if there's something that you already know, like if it's, some report that's already done or something that you have already worked on, then tell the commission that now, and then I'll make sure it's exempted from the scope of work in the contract.
No, I'll get with you on that, because, I'm just thinking about the things that, there's nothing cut in stone, but I'm just thinking about the things like Commissioner Calvin Williams, insinuated, is that are they gonna come, that person gonna come in and do everything? And so I'll just want to clarify that with you when we, speak, so you can bring it back to the commission. I can give you those specifics.
So let me just be clear. The resolution says that it is everything, basically. It's going to be all of the things that are not addressed for corrective actions in those 2 reports. And so so that's what the resolution says. So if there is something that you already know about, then you should state that, and then I'll exempt that. But I just didn't want to go and, have them vote on it, and then I'm taking something out just through our conversations that wasn't the intent of the commission. So I just want to be on the same page.
Okay, so what, exactly, so they will not be doing the human resources policy or the credit card policy. I have those directors take care of that.
Okay.
The detection of fraud prevention, how to identify fraud and training of appropriate staff in knowing what is fraud and what is not fraud and how do you report it. That's one of the things that you're gonna be asking that provider to address, or we're gonna do that internally, in-house.
As I stated, the recommendations, it was 8 of them.
Right.
And so I'm gonna get with her, and I don't remember all of them, word for word right now. But what I'm gonna do is get with the contractor and discuss what, we're gonna cover. And then whatever is agreed upon and approved by you all, then that's why I will implement training for staff, and then make sure that we go forward with those, updated policies and procedures.
Well, Mayor, I have a question. Can we move to, until we get the documents, what we're going to be voting on, what they're going to be doing and not be doing? So can we move to suspend this resolution until we get those documents so we can know what we're actually paying for? Because right now, we're voting to spend money and we don't know what we're spending the money on, what services they're gonna actually be providing.
Through the mayor, this would actually address the services that are necessary to deal with the corrective actions other than 2 that the manager stated, which would be, it would not include the HR policy or a credit card policy, she said. And so it would exempt those 2, but everything else that's stated that is supposed to be a corrective action that the city is supposed to address by either one of those reports would be a part of the scope of work. And so that's what would be in the contract. So it's brought as an emergency issue, so that, the manager is looking for you all to act on it right away. And because of that, we wrote it so that, I didn't have time to do a contract, but we wrote it so that you would hopefully trust me to be able to do that, minus these 2 things, which would address all of the things that are supposed to be corrective actions, other than those 2
To the
things.
contract.
Again, my concern is we voting on things that's coming to us as emergency and we don't have backup documents. I just have a concern about that. That's, it's up to the commission. That's just a concern of mine.
I agree, it is needed, but I think we would have enough time to have all the document looked at first to see whether or not there may be any additional thing that needed to be added or subtracted from it. And even as far as the procurement process, we're saying it's emergency, and I know that the OIG is coming back. Normally they come back within maybe 6 months to see the progress of what the city have done to make the corrections. But it's nothing etched in stone like we're gonna get penalized or any additional compliance issue we have to address for not being able to address it in 6 months. So I say we have enough time to even look at the procurement part of it, to see if we want to put it out, even for a bid, to see if there are other entities that may give us a better option or better price on what we're paying. I know it say up to 10,000, but I mean, through procurement, it may be 5,000 is possible. It may go over the 10,000, I'm not sure, but that's something we have. I think we do have enough time. That's the thing I'm trying to say.
If it was under 10,000, I'm gonna do the same thing. Why she can't do it?
I have a question. We don't, first of all, we don't know how much they charge yet.
We don't know anything.
Because she just said up to, we gonna spend up to.
But we don't know what we're paying for.
All right, so
We
then you
know
don't know
what
what you're gonna put
we're
out
paying
for procurement.
We know what we're paying for. We're paying for these issues to be corrected. And they
But we don't
detailed
know
right
what
here.
they're
We waited long
charging.
enough.
We're just putting a blanket statement out there up to $10,000.
Okay, we know we're not gonna
what
pay
they're
more than
charging.
$10,000 though. We're not, so we put out procurement,
If
what we
we
put out
got that
procurement
money
for,
like that, we
how
can
you gonna
fix our
how you gonna
roads
bid on
then.
something you don't know what they charging?
Right, that's right. How we voting on something that we don't even know?
Right,
Right,
but
that's
we know
my
we're not gonna
point.
go over $10,000.
That's my point.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, put out procurement, that means you gonna take bid. Everybody gonna bid, so they gonna tell you how much they gonna charge. They can't tell you either.
Yes, they do have to tell you.
They can't.
Again, to do it without procurement, we can do it, but it has to be designated as an emergency. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay, I don't have a problem with doing it. I'm just still
We don't
saying.
know if it's designated as emergency. We can interpret it as emergency, but when we did the locks, we designated that because the state, if we didn't do those lots, we weren't gonna get the contract renewed. So we deemed that as emergency, and even the OIG kind of questioned that was an emergency because they felt we knew about it enough time to be able to do it. And all we're trying to do is prevent these things from occurring again. So the procurement process probably and should need to be done unless we just justifying it as an emergency. And I can't sit up here and say for sure it's 100% emergency and we need to exclude the procurement process.
No, I'm
That's all
not saying do that. What I'm saying.
No, I'm not saying you're saying it, I'm just saying in
I
general.
want to clarify something. What I'm saying is, if you put this out for procurement, how is someone gonna tell you exactly what they're gonna charge? They don't know how many hours they
They'll
have to put
bid.
in or whatever. How can
They put in
they
bids.
bid? I mean, bid on what? How am I bid to do something when I don't know how long it's gonna take?
But you gonna tell them what you putting out there, what you gonna do, when they won't fix the
They
road.
still don't know how long it's gonna take.
That's a part of the bid.
That's a-
Oh my
Put
Lord.
the bid out.
HR board told them to get $60,000 a year, whatever they supposed to got. Mike Jackson gave them 70,000, and y'all ain't said nothing but okay. All y'all said was okay. I'm just saying, all y'all all y'all said was okay. He didn't ask nobody nothing. Say, what, you the one asked, why you didn't ask
Okay.
nobody?
I did, yes, I did, so
I
you're
said,
wrong
you the
on
one
that.
Okay.
asking, why you didn't ask nobody nothing? He didn't say nothing.
Mr. Love, we'll entertain a motion, whatever motion it is, and then we'll use that as consideration to vote it over.
I have another comment. I would like for them to come and do a presentation to the commission before we
Yeah, something.
give them a contract.
And nothing.
And-
By when is our next
Chosen, I
meeting?
don't know how long
Let
they've
me,
been in
let me say
business or
this, let me
nothing.
say this as a city manager. As we know, we've been hearing about this issue with that OIG report forever. Now I'm in a position and I'm trying to take care of it. This company has already told me, when we discussed it, no contract, just getting the scope of work that I've asked to do to clear me out of this and get this from over my head. It's been lingering long enough. And so what I'm asking you all to do is to trust me to get this done and get these issues out of the way before the Office of the Attorney General come back. Okay, so that's what I'm asking, to get these things taken care of. I am responsible for managing the budget as well. And, and so I want to make sure that we're going to use it properly, that we're transparent about it, and that we're taking care of the things that have needed taken care of in this city forever, and not just with this report. So only thing I'm asking you is to allow me as a city manager to resolve this issue for less than $10,000. And if you all need a specific, the attorney has said she's going to get you all what you need to clarify what this company is going to do.
Got one more question. Will we get that before we sign the contract, attorney?
When you say before you sign a contract, I guess the commission the manager can send it out to you. I'll prepare it based on, I'm gonna look at the two documents and the corrective actions, and there's already an idea about some of the things that the person is proposing, because that was sent to me. So I don't know if the manager wants to read into the record or not, but, so some things are already stated, right? But you all could do a number of things. You could table it, if you wanted to table it, to get additional information, and I can, at the next meeting, have a contract back to you, and the person could do a presentation. You could allow this. You could allow this to go forward as it is right now, and I will, do the contract. But there's no way for you, if I just do the contract, there's no way for you, unless it's a public meeting, for you to collaborate outside of the sunshine, right? So you'd have to do whatever you do in a public meeting. So it's really up to you. I do agree with what the mayor said a little bit earlier with the fact that even with the
OIG.
OIG report,
That's what one of the
they actually
findings.
even questioned, even though we made it very clear that it was an emergency situation dealing with the docks, we were going to lose funding,
was one of the
all these other
findings.
things. I mean, what could be more pressing than that? And still, they looked at it with like, was it really an emergency because we knew about it, right? So here, we know about this, we've been knowing about it, it's been months that it's been out. So, you can look at it different ways, but it's brought to you, it's for your consideration, and if you wanted to table it, you could certainly do that.
Well, Mayor Bab, I move that we table this until we get the documents that's needed.
And what, just be a little specific, what documents are you referring
The
to?
contract, to see what's in the contract and how much is being,
And
and
I
how
would
much
like
is
to-
being charged, what are we paying for?
The presentation, if that's feasible, for them to come to the commission before we vote on it with the contract by our next meeting.
He's requesting a warrant to amend
And
your motion to include a presentation by the prospective vendor.
No, it's not.
It doesn't have to be, and I'm just saying.
It's public money, and we have to make sure that we doing all our due diligence.
Right,
To
or,
me, that's
well,
day anyway.
Mr. Bussey, please, sir. I understand, man.
Tired of this. Move on, these people coming back. We'll tell you everything.
I move that we table this until we get the proper documentation that's needed, and we see the contract, and also, to determine if it, I'll leave it at that. And also if the company can come and do a presentation.
When is our next meeting?
Second Tuesday in December.
The 9th.
December 9th. December 9th.
Okay. We have a motion. Are there a second to that?
Second.
It's been moved by Vice Mayor William and properly second by Commissioner McPherson that we table this till we can get the proper backup documentation
That's the next meeting.
and by the next meeting, December the 9th, and have also a presentation presented to us prior to signing or approving the contract. Call for question. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
No.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Motion passed by 4-1 majority. Next, we'll move to new business, presentation by the city manager of activities of upcoming events, if any. And there are several listed here, and I have her begin.
The first one is the status on the letter that you all requested to be written to Mayor Sarah Baxter. I provided all of you a copy of it. You can read it and let me know if you have any changes to it. And then the next one is in reference to the hotel status update. I don't have any additional ones other than the one I brought last week, and that was in reference to the company requesting a feasibility study, which you all, did not agree with. And so I don't have any other contact as far as the hotel. Mayor, I know that's a priority for you. Do you have a company you would like me to reach out to or schedule anything with?
You mean the feasibility study?
Yeah, that's the one that they didn't agree to. When we were talking about the hotel at the last meeting, and the company was asking, it was $10,000, the company was asking us to pay half of it. And so the committee, did not agree with that, but I am looking into other options and see what we can do that may fall under the $10,000 if it get approved, but that's what I'm looking for, other options.
Approved by
Is it
who?
10 or 5,000? I thought they said they was gonna split it.
So,
Did they say 10?
I thought you had a
or split
company
it?
that was gonna do it for 5.
I'm researching that. I had a phone call and I have not gotten an answer back. I had the numbers, I had someone I was calling, getting in touch with, left a message for both parties, and I haven't gotten a response back. So I'm still researching that to look and see about, a cheaper amount. But I haven't gotten a response back from that particular contact. And
Well, to the extent that you can, I just want to put it out there, unless it's an emergency or something you want to try to, if you think you're looking for, I don't know if you're looking for a feasibility study, if you're looking for, I'm not sure who you said you were reaching out to, but you don't want to just reach out to people. You want to try to put it out for bid if you think it's a purchasing issue. You want to, unless it's a CCNA provider that's already, someone that the city does business with, but otherwise, and so just you saying it, and I'm sitting here as the attorney, I just felt like I had to say something.
And I will put it out for bid,
Yeah.
but we are reaching out to companies because the one that we did bring, wasn't approved. And that was even for us to only pay $5,000. So, putting it out for bid, if that's what you advising, then that's what I do.
That's your code, so,
Okay.
yeah.
And see, the reason that we're kind of hard about this, because that was one of the IG findings, and one of the things that they noted about us, that we was doing so much stuff on an emergency basis and not following our procurement process. So we don't want to find ourselves back in that same condition again.
And the last one, as far as the 4th of July fireworks, researching that, looking for more information, looking at the expense from last year's, quotes that we got, and then just trying to compare those and look out for more competitive, charges or fees, and still looking, don't have anything definitive, and I'll report back to you all at the next meeting with more information.
Yeah, just a suggestion, probably just to look into this, reach out, get quotes and bring the quotes back to the commission, get 3 or 4
Right,
different
that's-
quotes and.
Okay, next we'll have the report.
They have to go out for procurement also.
Report of the mayor. I'll be brief. I'll be attending a legislative conference on December the 3rd through the 5th. I think some of the other commission may be going and may not be, I'm not sure. But it's basically to set the legislative priorities for the league and hopefully be able to meet some of the legislators who hopefully will be there to talk about our legislative priorities and hope we can get some funding for it. School board member Edward Ferguson has requested again to host in the city of Pahokee a cleanup drive. We did it last year, same time around December. He had I'd say about 75 to 80 participants. Several of the schools was here to participate. The Omega Psi Phi, which he's a member of, was spearheading it along with school board members. And so I think, Ms. Bussey, he reached out to you. I don't know if you spoke to him or not, to get your blessing on doing it. Last year, what we did is similar to the American Cleanup Drive, where we helped provide the gloves, the bags, and some of our staff, if they was available, wanted to participate in it. I think Commissioner McPherson was there last year. I was there. I helped clean up We've provided some hot dogs and chips and water for the participant. So if that's something the city would like to do, I hope that we would accept his offer to do the cleanup again this year and work with him as much as we can if we're available to do it. If not, allow him to come into the city and do what they would like to do as far as cleaning up. But I think it's really important if someone come to your city to help clean and beautify, our staff and ourselves should at least attempt to participate in it as much as we can, so we can
What's
look
the
at
date
that.
on that, Mayor?
He didn't give me a date. I know he said it was in December. He wanted to reach out to our interim city manager and see what her preference would be and whether or not she would agree to support that and work with him in doing that. So if he hadn't called, if you don't have his number, I'll pass that on to you and see if he can, and you as a city can reach an agreement that would allow him to do that. It's a service to us, so I think it's a win-win situation for that. And lastly, I would just like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a blessed and safe Thanksgiving and enjoy your family, friends, and thank the Lord for being alive and the gratefulness of what we have to offer and have. Thank you. At this time, we'll have the interim city manager report.
Okay, don't have much. I just want to just thank those who came out to the Veterans Program that we had up at the Marina. I just want to thank you all, and it turned out really nice. And so I just want to mention that we'll be doing that annually, and I just appreciate your support. And then also today, we had the Thanksgiving giveaway, with the citizens coming through. I want to just, again, thank PBSO for your donation of the turkeys, and then thank the staff for your help on giving them out. So, we're just happy for the partnership. And then that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you, ma'am. Now we have the report of the city attorney, if any.
Just happy Thanksgiving, everyone, and I hope you have a wonderful experience with your family over the holiday.
Thank you, ma'am. And we'll move to future agenda item of the commission, if there's any, and I'll start with Commissioner Scott. Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor Collins.
None.
Thank you, ma'am. Commissioner McDonald.
What are we doing, future agenda items? I'm sorry. I would like to request my notes at. Budget workshop concerning current and future projects that we have either going on or that will be going on here in the city, so we can make sure that we're able to track those projects and prevent the slowdown and work stoppage that we've experienced with current and previous projects. Sorry to drag that out, but I think that, did we ever talk about the status of Muck Tavern? Those would be my two future agenda items.
Okay.
And last but certainly not least, wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and vote on those two recommendations from the commission. First one is the budget workshop, and we'll have to allow the city manager to come up with a date and at least share that with us on at our next meeting. Do we have a second to that?
A second.
Has been moved in second. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Mayor Bab.
Yes. Thank you. Motion passed by unanimous vote. And next is the Muck Tavern, the Marina Restaurant, the status on that, where we're going with that. Are we gonna be doing an RFP or whatever at some point? And I second that. Had been moved by Commissioner McDonald and properly second by the mayor for that to be added to our future agenda items. Call for questions.
Mayor Bab, just a quick question. So this is specifically the status, just like a status update? I just want to make sure I get it correct for the minutes.
Yes.
Yes? Okay.
Hearing no additional questions. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Mayor Bab,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
And Commissioner Mike Pearson, if any.
None.
Okay.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And I would just like to add 2 items, that we begin getting the status or begin back having our Lawn of the Month award to a residents. If we can start back doing that, I would really, really appreciate that. It helps beautify the community and have a ripple effect on other people who are trying to attain that recognition. Can I get a second if that's
Second.
okay? Been moved in second. Call for question. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Bab,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
And the second one, I would like for us to start by doing our business of the month. It also help recognize our businesses that we do have in the community and give them an opportunity to introduce their business and what they are providing for the community.
Second.
Mayor Bab, is it possible to do that quarterly? When we do it monthly, we run out of businesses.
Yeah.
So that's what end up
Quarterly,
happening.
fine. Yes.
Second.
Okay, had been moved in second. Call for questions. Hearing none, are you ready for a vote? Roll call, Madam.
Mayor Bab,
Yes.
Commissioner McPherson,
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald,
Yes.
Commissioner Scott,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Thank you, Commissioners. Motion passed by unanimous vote. Next, we'll have Commissioner comments for the good.
General public.
General public comments, agenda item only. At this time, City Clerk, do we have any comments card completed?
Yes, sir, we have 3. So the first person is Tamarcus Porter.
Good evening. To Marcus Porter, 430 East 2nd Street, Pahokee, Florida, 33476. I just got a few questions. Well, I'm gonna say something. God blessed us with one mouth and 2 ears for a reason. Sometimes we gotta listen and educate ourselves before we talk because we be trying to prove points and we make ourselves look very inadequate in the moment. So I think we need to just pump our brakes because I just seen the vice mayor badger the city manager, and she don't even know what immature means when the financial director was talking. So, but with that being said, I'm gonna chill and I'm gonna say this right here. If we lost millions of dollars, and she's trying to get somebody that said, I'm gonna do everything, I'm gonna do all the work for $10,000 to fix that, what we worried about $10,000 for when we lost millions of dollars? Like, this just sounds kind of counterproductive to me. But city manager, I got a question for you. how do I go about getting a meeting with you? If I wanted to have a meeting with you, like, what do I do? I call you, I email you, like, do I just burst into your office, or what do I do?
You give me a call, we set an appointment, and when you come into the room, into the building, the clerk at the front desk will let you know let me know I have a guest.
So that goes for everybody in the city? Like, there's nobody exempt from that? Maybe the mayor, maybe, I'm not sure how that works.
No, they should still advise me they're coming, or either be announced in case I'm in the meeting.
Okay, all right, so nobody's exempt from that?
No.
Okay. My second question is, because I heard them ask you about prior authorization and cert taxes and all this stuff. Did you, like, have an entrance meeting with the prior city manager, Mr. Jackson, where he vetted you on all this different stuff and told you what was going on, what was the issues? And, because I've seen a lot of issues that we're bringing up from July and past years and whatnot. I was just trying to see if you were vetted on any of that stuff.
Not at all.
All right, good.
The next person is Jamie Thomas Atkins.
Hello, I'm Jamie Thomas Atkins. I live at 297 Begone Drive, Pahokee, Florida, zip code 33476. I know each and every one of you here, except two young ladies there. A few months ago, I went to Martin Luther King Park, and I have 7 grandkids, but 6 will play at the park. It's sad that they cannot go to the park and play, for it to be Martin Luther King's park. But lately, I see something's going on there. They working on it now. I don't know if Ms. Bussey have anything to do with it. You all, I'm not sure, but I'm glad you all put in the effort to get in that park prepared. Another thing, I know I got 3 minutes. I had 3 minutes. Another thing, 4th of July. No disrespect to anyone. Let's not worry about the surrounding areas, because Belgrade and South Bay, they get their job done. This year was the first year we didn't have fireworks. I shouldn't have to take my kids to another city to see fireworks. That's not right for my kids, my grandkids. When I say kids, I mean my grandkids. Also, I want to address Ms. Bussey. I have a few things to say directly to you. Learn what you can learn. Ask questions when needed. Always stand firm. Do your best. But most of all, when you leave Begonia Drive, that city home, get home to your husband, get some rest. Start back the next day to things that happened before you got there. You're an intern. Not saying you're gonna be a manager in the future, but you're an intern. So do what you can do, Tammy, Ms. Bussey. Do what you can do. Also, because everything cannot be fixed overnight. You probably want some people first, second, nor third, pick. You might not be some people who sitting here, pick. But most of all, stand firm coming for your little sister. All right. Before I became a deputy sheriff, I didn't know what to do. I went in the dorm with 64 inmates. I made my security check in 30 seconds flat. Got to that desk, scared, shaking. But gave me 3 months. I ran that dorm, but I had to learn how to run it.
Come on now.
I ran it. When I called my supervisor, if I had to call my supervisor, they know I called for a reason. Because Deputy Thomas did her job. But I had to learn how to do it. Stand firm, learn what you can learn, do what you can do. God love you.
All right.
And the last comment is from Robert Love.
Wow. Yes, hot dog. Thank you, Mr. Scott. Let's start bowing down.
Good evening, everybody. Robert Lewis, 2638 Drive. Y'all know it's on. I'm gonna get to the top question now. I'm gonna get to the one I've been trying to get to all this week. I know some of y'all know what it is, cause it ain't come across Love and Company, but it come across Crystal Bruce. Crystal Bruce say somebody up there stepping down. I don't know who in the world stepping down up there. I know it's somebody up there stepping down. That's Crystal Bruce T now. I see 5 commissioners I see Mr. Scott, I don't think it's Mr. Scott. I don't think it's Vice Mayor Coward. I don't think it's Commissioner McDonald. I don't think it's Bam. I really don't think it's Mr. Mike Pearson. But I'm trying to get to the bottom of it since I'm here tonight. Since they know, I know whoever it is up there know. So I'm saying, y'all know I put it out there. If you're gonna step down, just gonna say, I'm stepping down, and let me put it on out there. So we'll be looking for somebody else. So what you know, that come across my little Facebook page. So I had to come here to get the real, the real deal. I ain't gonna try to beat around the bush. I need the answer, but I might not get it tonight. But I just want y'all to know, they got it out there, that somebody stepping down. They say they don't know when, and they don't know why, but somebody stepped down. I thought it was you first, Bam. I said, hell no, I must be wrong. I'm losing. I know he ain't gonna step down. But I said I was gonna make sure I be here tonight. Bam, get you one of these shirts, Our future is dark. Our month is dark, but our future is bright. Don't that sound good for a slogan for Pahokee? I know it. I'm gonna say this here. What that man name was used to be here? Cottonwood. What's his name here? What stole all the money? Yeah. Chandler Wilson. And Chandler Wilson had told you to get one of these shirts. You had 3 or 4 of them. Chandler Wilson had y'all running around here with shirts on and all that. Y'all remember? Get you a shirt. While y'all looking at me on YouTube, get you a shirt. Our month is dark, but our future is bright. There's a couple more things I had to say, but I had to get that out there about that somebody stepping down, cause I couldn't figure that part out. I ain't figured that part out. And nobody ain't gonna tell me, cause they know I'm gonna put it out there. They know I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna put it out there. Anybody in here have a clue? While I'm setting up here? Y'all don't want me to know. Y'all don't want me to find out because y'all know I put it out there on that live. But the other thing is, y'all doing a good job. Yes. Y'all doing a good job. You know, if you wasn't, I'd be up here telling everybody in their face you're doing a poor job. But go ahead, you got traffic on me. I need somebody playing with me because I know that don't seem like 3 minutes. I ain't been up here but a minute.
I counted 4,
It's
so
been 3
time
minutes,
is
Mr.
up,
Love.
Mr. Love.
That sounds like a prank. That got to be a
Not really, I
prank.
counted 4. I think you were a little slow, though.
Every time I get up here, you tell me, I believe y'all put me on a 2-minute clock, then a 3-minute clock.
Appreciate you
I
coming,
believe that's
sir.
what's happening. I'm
You
gonna
had
have my
3
phone
minutes.
on the next time. But y'all got me. I'm gonna say that I don't want y'all to kick me out of here this sometime. Man.
Okay, now we'll have the comments of the City Commission for the good of the order. I start with Commissioner Scott again.
All right, I came to this conclusion that I'd like to make a motion that we terminate the city attorney contract.
And something like that you need to put really on a future agenda item. It's a lot, the city attorney is a chartered officer. It's a lot of procedure that have to go through with that, but
Okay, can we put on future agenda items?
and to do that, you even need a
I
second.
need a second. We'll give me a second.
Okay, lack of a second, unless there's a second.
I didn't say anything, but I do want to say, since there is a lack of a second, that this doesn't go on this part of the agenda. You've already passed it. So this is good of the order for you all to say feel-good things like Happy Thanksgiving, things like that. I obviously don't know the purpose of your motion, but whatever it is, I just want to say the procedural part of it is it belongs in a different part of the agenda.
Okay.
Any other comments, Commissioner Scott?
No, I don't have none.
Thank you, sir. Vice Mayor Williams.
Good evening, everyone. Just want to say that I attended the National League of Cities up in Salt Lake, learned a lot of information that we'll be discussing and having in workshops, trying to bring back some information to see what we can do to implement some of it in the city. Next one, Carissa Battle, they are chartering a bus to Blancstown, and it's gonna be $65 for anyone that's 3 years old and up. And she said if they don't get 36 people, they're gonna cancel the bus, and so they need to know by 12 o'clock tomorrow if anybody is interested in going to contact Carissa Battle. You can look her up on Facebook, and so they're trying to get a bus to go to Blancstown. I just want to say, everyone, have a happy Thanksgiving. And thank you for coming out and listening tonight.
Thank you. Commissioner McDonough?
I too attended the League of Cities conference out in Salt Lake, and it really was information overload. Very informative, and I'm looking forward to possibly implementing some of the things that I learned to help take our city forward. And again, happy Thanksgiving to everybody.
Commissioner McDonough?
Yes. I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and know that this commission, when sometimes we may disagree on some things, it's not, to badger anybody, but we've seen some things happen in the past, and we just try to make sure that we don't go down. We try not to even allow our city manager to make some, and we know she's learning, to go down some of those same roads. And we have particular processes that we have to follow, and know that we do have the best interest of this city at heart. And again, happy Thanksgiving. Y'all enjoy your holidays.
I'll entertain a motion for the adjournment.
The motion that we adjourn?
Second.
Who was the second? I'm sorry, I didn't hear the second.
I'll second it.
You second?
Call for question, hearing none. Roll call.
Commissioner McPherson?
Yes.
Mayor Babb?
Yes.
Commissioner McDonald?
Yes.
Commissioner Scott?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Calvin Williams?
Yes.
Meeting adjourned at 8:17 p.m.
What I need to do, get with the city manager?